Hello everyone, Sunset2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on Chunkt, a mod that simply adds a chunk loader. Now I do have a video already covering this, but for the sake of this video, chunk loaders are pretty much a block that allow you to pretty much place something in the world, and then have, say, crops or furnaces and otherwise still do things. So, for example, a player is actually a chunk loader, because any time that the player is in a certain area, things will happen. So mobs will spawn, crops will grow, furnaces will still do their own thing. Redstone contraptions, I think, maybe do come under this as well. And yeah, whilst if you don't have a player around, then the game just goes, nope, that chunk's not loaded anymore. Only the chunks the player is standing in or looking at will actually load. So if you're mining somewhere, or you're just on an adventure doing a dungeon run, for example, and you still want your crops to grow, or your ingots to be smelted, or whatever other type of certain thing you want to happen while you're busy elsewhere, then you obviously can have another part of the world loading while you as a player are doing other things. So, for example, if I just place this in the world, I'm assuming it's only for each one chunk. It's not like other chunk loaders where it's a 3x3 or a 5x5. I'm pretty sure it's just the chunk that it's loaded in at a guess. I'm trying to think though, I don't remember if there's a display for chunks at all. I can't quite remember. But either way, pretty much just think of it as whichever sort of boundary you can find with another mod that does this sort of thing. Or just a 16x16 sort of block space. Even though I'm pretty sure it is just the chunk itself, not 16x16, where this is the center block. So if I, for example, had some seeds, or a furnace, or something else, and it was doing certain tasks for me, while I was busy mining for, say, more iron, or doing some other type of adventure. Remove these because I don't need them anymore. We could have it where these are still going, regardless, and we should be good to go. We'll just go into creative, for example, and we'll change the game rule to make these go faster. So they're going and doing their own thing. I could fly off in the distance somewhere, and it should be that those things are still loaded. And it's still doing things, obviously, if I was away. In terms of harvesting this block, if you were actually to use it and then want to move it somewhere else, so you don't want it to be for this furnace or wheat seeds here, and you want it to be for somewhere entirely different, such as, say, a mob spawner, I guess this could also work with. In terms of harvesting it, unfortunately, even though I'm using Silk Touch, or just any type of other pickaxe, I've tried lower tier, higher tier, it still doesn't drop the chunk loader. So, probably best to make a request to have this changed, or just sort of cope with it in terms of it being that the recipe is what it is, and you're just going to have to be very careful, or sort of cheat in creative, or buy a GDI or something to get it back. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it. If you do want a proper sort of video covering this, I do have one like so, not to try and plug in many other things that I have done before, but if you want a better explanation besides this sort of brief one, this is definitely the video to check for that sort of thing. Otherwise though, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.